Hey, I'm Marcus and I'm playing Crusader Kings 3. And here we are in the throne room of King Bohemond of Syria in Antioch. The king, his crown rests heavily on his head, is able to sit, but not, I guess, walk properly anymore. He still makes a regal figure when sitting, so that is good for him. Here we can see him sitting down and his Archbishop Amaury by his side, and to his left, sitting as well, is his Queen Ingigerd, who is always by his side at this point in time. And he's not moving much about. He is still technically leading armies when he's at war, but I guess there's a limit to that as well. What we do see as well here close to them is two of their children. And interestingly, that's the older Bohemond and the younger, that is Robert. And the two of them seem to have some kind of, argument. That is the hostage here from further east. He's wearing that little sword. I'm thinking that would be a dulled blade, probably. He's wearing it for pride reasons. And the two of them here, they will become... well, their relationship will become very interesting once Bohemond is actually dying. Because, as you do see here, he's currently crying. That's probably something that he shouldn't do. That's not projecting, great strength here. And then there's Robert, who's been like having a little leather ball here for some kicking around, I guess. And I guess that will be the dynamic going forward. Bohemond is aging, he is older, everyone knows that time is running short for him, and everyone's looking towards these younger boys here and what they will be doing. Now, let's head back. So, last time, obviously a lot of things happened, and I need to catch up with some of them. I've been asked in the comments about the state of Surusafa and Count Zebulon here, who kind of inserted himself into that role. He just came along with his thousands of nomads and said, hey, we want to settle here. And we can do that the easy way or the hard way. And at that point in time, because his armies were like elsewhere and he didn't want to fight another big war, which he might have lost. Not sure about that, but that might have happened. So he chose the easy way, which was settling them down. But in the process, we kind of displaced the former ruler in here, and that was a guy by the name of Folk Roger. You can see that here in the title history. There he is. And Folk here, obviously, did not like that very much. We kind of revoked his title, so there we go. Which also, sadly, is the reason why he, even with like paying him money, he will not come to our court. That is a shame. And he currently is actually here in Nicaea. So he's probably seeking employ, refuge here in the Byzantine Empire. So that's all right then. Sadly can't do anything about that. Then, of course, the situation in here, they are... their faith is Confucian, and we are probably confused by that. I'm sorry. And he should really convert in order to be staying in that position where he is. Obviously, he won't do that, and that would then give us a reason for kicking him out. But the problem is, currently, we're still engaged in this war here with Atabek Porsuk Dukakolu. And he is... losing. We kind of hold all his territory, but then again, I don't know, for some reason the game thinks that the war isn't over at that point, because he still has someone else in the fight here. That's that guy, and he comes from over here. So kind of back in the Hindu Kush mountains, and we're not going to launch an expedition over there just to make sure that the war is won. We'll instead wait for the war score to just rise to 100. It's inconvenient, but I guess that's just what we'll be doing. That is, unless his army turns up somewhere we can fight him. I'm not sure where he is, actually. He's not going back to the old country and trying to, no. Alright. well, that's the current state of that. Now, obviously, coming back to the age problem and Bohemond being 67. Now, he does have 4 sons by now. Right, so not only his oldest 2, that is again Bohemond and Robert, but he also has little Tancred and little Baldwin here. Both very, very young, both babies still. And the problem that we have is that once Bohemond dies, we still have the minimum partition law. There we go, Confederate partition. There we go. I guess we can't have the other one because we don't even have the technology for that. And that would mean that we have to divide equally. So we have the king title, of course, that will be inherited by the oldest, that is Bohemond. And then we have duchy titles, right? So Robert here, it says that he's the heir to the King of Sicily. You can ignore that because the title is not created, but he will inherit the title of Principality of Taranto. That will be his. And I guess apart from that, it also says Duchy of Palmyra. I'm not so sure about that. We will see about it. As far as I think that... well, how it will be handled is that once Bohemond dies, all of the titles that he really has will be divided. And that's the game rule thing, so whatever it says here might not work out that way. So we have Tancred, who will then be the heir to the Duchy of Aleppo. That's fine as well, I guess. And the youngest, Baldwin, he's currently just set to inherit the County of Alexandretta. I don't think that's very ideal. So what I think I would want to do is to create the title of Duchy of Palmyra, and in hopes that that would then be the duchy that Baldwin would inherit. But yeah, we'll see. So there we are currently. And I am guessing with that we can just go ahead. I mean, it's a bit of a shame that we can't do much about that. And look at that. He is now. Oh, because, yeah, he has currently a dangerous fever. That will only last for a few days normally. But at his age, it can be disastrous. So, okay, yeah. The fever is gone. Oh, good for him. So that should be, yeah, now going away. Oh, what's that? I've been studying the ancient religious texts and the writings of scholars, and they all seem to agree that the world will end 6,000 years after its creation. By my calculations, we are less than a century away. However, my Archbishop Amaury urges me to keep it to myself. Leave it to the clergy and avoid panic. What if your calculations are wrong? Oh, okay. Well, I guess Bohemond, in his old age, and... well, we do see that while he is suffering physically, I think mentally he's still very strong. And we do see that by him apparently having switched from warfare to theology. So, here we go. Now, he has apparently made a little discovery here by cross-referencing texts and some other, I guess, notes. So, what do we do here? I guess it's fine to consult then with other priests. Oh, we actually do get another... I guess we can just go down the path then. Alright. Someone wants to have a prisoner. Oh, that guy's actually not that bad when it comes to his prowess. Being a bit of a craven, though. Nah. Okay, you can have him. Alright. Oh, by the way, yeah. End capital isolation. We don't have any plagues around anymore, so there we go. That's fine. Can also ransom to him. Yeah, okay. That's fine. There we go. The body weakens again. Oh, by the way, yeah, I did see that here. We can actually offer to vassalize this Count Francis here, who is the Count of Chabur. Chabur, I think that's a right, but it's a KH. And And, well, he's just sitting here east of the river Euphrates and probably been part of France, but then we had this thing, right, where when France, when the old king of France, Philippe, died, and now it's Louis VI, then all these lands here were de-vassalized, kind of. That actually sounds like a good idea to me. Better than having him being overwhelmed by any of the other rulers here. I mean, as we do see, there is some kind of instability in this area here. Several smaller realms, semi-independent chiefdoms, and so on. There is certainly something we could do about this. There's, for example, him here, and that is interesting because now we have a little Jewish enclave here in Dossa. Count Shalom Ben Ari. Not sure how that happened, but it did. Sorry. And he's also very weak, so I'm not sure. But I guess I can't really offer to vassalize him. He would not want that for obvious reasons. But maybe we can also take that. As again, also High Chief Isbor here, that was the one that waged war against us. And I think at some point we can turn that against him as well. What are you doing there, standing around? Aha, a liberty war. Robert has been taught. Yes, you see, he's capable. Also, going to learn intrigue. So, our older son Bohemond here, going in a different direction. Oh, by the way, yeah, we do have this. Oh, I call it Holy Order. Spare me. We do have our hostage that can be educated by someone. I'm guessing I could go in that direction here. Have him convert his faith, of course. That is something that we want. Oh yeah, by the way, we can still... he can still do that, so that's fine. I mean, maybe that isn't really... Oh, well, no, maybe he... Yeah, of course, we do see that he has children, right, with her at his ripe old age. So I guess that's still working. Oh, and there he is again. And I guess this time, yeah, I will just let it go. If he dies, he dies. I mean, that was inevitable from the start, and now I guess we'll just see. I am inspecting the barracks infirmary when a severely injured soldier is brought in. He's losing too much blood. Where's the physician? Giselle is nowhere to be found. A chill runs down my spine. I might be this man's only hope. Suddenly, as if he stepped out of thin air, my Archbishop Amaury is at my side. He rolls up his sleeves and looks at me. Okay. Well, I'm not really sure that the king would be someone to do this. I guess if Amaury is going to do it, then I will just let him. That's fine then. The echoes of change resound through the county of Alexandretta as the last vestiges of the old faith give way to the new. Alright, that's a different one here. That's him converting Alexandretta to Catholicism. The diligent Archbishop Amaury reports that the conversion process is complete. But once the Orthodox faith held sway, now the teachings of Catholicism take root. The landscape itself seems transformed, old shrines repurposed, new places of worship erected, and the very air thick with the scent of unfamiliar incense. Don't know if it would be that unfamiliar, but anyway. And yeah, as he is telling me this, he is also treating that guy here, and the patient screams and thrashes. Even though 3 grown men weigh him down, every step of the way is a battle. We work frantically, shouting orders over the chaos, but it is hopeless. The man only grows weaker, his lifeblood gushing out over our fingers. We did everything we could, Bohemond, Amaury says with a heavy sigh as they carry off the body. That man was doomed long before we set eyes on him. Well, okay. That's fine then. Alright, okay, yeah. That guy here from far away is now raiding our supply routes. That's not very nice of him, I'm guessing. But there we go. Yeah, money would be nice if we had more of it. Then I could go ahead and create that title, at least of Palmyra, but we need 250. There we go. An invasion story has ended. Okay. But that's I guess... Oh! He invaded Korea! Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess we wouldn't have known about that. That's totally oblivious to that fact. Oh no, yes, she is pregnant again. Oh dear. What have we done? Oh, and there we go. Yeah, I was asked to have a look at the older daughters, or the 3 daughters that he has. The first one being, of course, Alberada, and we do see here that there's a major development there. And she has, I guess, she was forced to do that. I mean, obviously she was. She has actually converted to Islam, as did Alamir. And I guess he didn't do that by himself either. He's really pressured into doing that by the aristocracy and, you know, the court in Egypt. But that is definitely not what we wanted, obviously. We wanted him to be a Catholic ruler and then being able to lead a Catholic Egypt. That is not the case. Now he's reverted back and become Muslim again. And he has made our own daughter convert as well. Oh... That is a shame. That is a shame. But I guess there's not much we can do about that, really. I guess what we could do is use our own leverage over him to make him convert back again. I guess, you know, we could just try. It's, yeah, as we do see, that's hardly possible. But we can try. So there we go. 3 of my most gregarious councillors, Aude, Sibylle and Raymond, have approached me with an idea to bring the realm together. They insist that a ruler's strength is shown through their ability to host magnificent social gatherings. They propose a grand feast to which every noble of the realm will be invited for a week of revelry. It will be an occasion for merriment, forging friendships and diplomacy, strengthening the bonds between myself and my vassals. Yeah, I guess the idea is not that bad. I mean, he is an eager reveler, right? So he can definitely relate. Problem is that we do see here, it's quite costly. And he does have this goal in mind of saving up. So yeah, I guess he'll be doing this, right? We don't have time for that. I don't have time for this. Yeah, we need to save up our money as best as we can. Yeah, by the way, that was Alberada. Now we have Adelaide, and she has just given birth to Godefroy of Jerusalem, the Prince of Jerusalem, with her husband Gaston. So there's continuation there. She is now the Queen of Jerusalem, of course. Oh, what do we have here? There is a rather infamous courtesan named Victorine, who has settled down in Palmyra, where she plies her trade, so to speak. She is famous even in foreign lands for her talents and beauty, and it has helped enhance the mystique of Palmyra to potential travelers. I had the opportunity to meet her when I visited the town she was staying at on some official business, as she was invited by the host himself to a feast I attended there. I must admit, she is a charming lady. I do see, okay. Well, yeah, she does have the beautiful trade. And that is his how he thinks of her. All right, okay. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do anything like that. Then maybe he's just... Yeah. I don't think that he, other than his wife, he's not really thinking about these kind of things anymore. So, there you go. He's just acknowledging that she exists, I guess. And we're dying again, apparently. Alarming news from Palmyra. A small group of bandits have been going around posing as my soldiers to take people's money and possessions. The odd thing is they don't use the usual crude intimidation methods one would expect from a typical bandit. Instead, they pretend to be agents sent on important missions to secure peace in the region, but need aid from the locals. Targeting the elderly, gullible, and moronic, they con them of their wealth without much coercion. Their operations went undetected for some time precisely because they did not usually physically harm others, and some of their victims were too embarrassed to admit what happened. Yeah. Nah. Yeah, we will go against the criminals, of course. Oh, who's that? He is, Don't tell me he is going to try to... He is. 23 months. Do we get this in 23 months? I guess I can wait. If time is running out, then I guess we can just kick him out. Should be able to. Does have heavy infantry. Oh, right. He does have heavy infantry. Okay. Well, good for him, I guess. Betrothed can marry, and that is our third daughter now, Louise. And she will be sent to England to marry King Bertrand. As we do see here, Bertrand is the son of William the Red, of William Rufus, and the grandson of William the Conqueror, also the grandson of King Philippe of France. So there's that bit already. But I guess he does not. Oh, right, okay, yeah, because his mother here has the claim to the Kingdom of France, but when she dies, he will inherit that, so that would be interesting. And yeah, the two of them I think would be great together here. And we accept. So therefore she will leave us and join him in England. A courtier has passed away. Ah, there we go. I did not have the opportunity to attend the wedding. Yes, of course, we did not. I have been told a good amount about the relationship of the couple. After the ceremony, the feast and celebration lasted into the night. As the entertainment came to an end and was at last time to leave, it could not help but be noticed that throughout the evening, Bertrand and Louise could barely keep their hands off each other, let alone their eyes. Their desire for each other appeared ignited from the start, and a good thing they would have a room to themselves after all the guests have left. Oh, good for them. Very good. Very nice. $80. Yeah. I hope this goes a bit faster. I think it's more than +1 per month, right? So we should be good. Oh! Oh! Aha! We can offer Countess Ida to vassalize her. That is great, actually. And the interesting part here, as you do see, she is also the heir to the Principality of Kilikia. And now that, of course, is now currently part of the Sultanate of Rum. There you go. Is that part here. That's because her mum is currently Princess of Kilikia. Father obviously was Count Baldwin of Edessa. Right, I guess that's something that we do. is great, actually. Can even do that through normal obligations. There we go. Yeah, still not sure what happens once he passes. Like, maybe all this like big empire that he built here will all crumble. Because currently it's all, I think, just held together by his reputation. Because his name, right? When it's muttered around the area, like even his foes tremble when they hear the name. And there's still this aura and mystique about him. I'm not sure that it will be quite the same once he dies. If his sons will gain the same respect, I guess they will have to earn it. 1683. It is not looking too good, right? Maybe I should do something about this. I guess you can go over here. And yeah, I guess Bohemond will just have to do it again. Oh, he's good. He is actually very good. Take him. Oh, he is in the army as well. Okay, yeah. If he is there, then of course. Oh, that was our niece, and I think she was his guardian, right? I guess then we can have him learn from Ingwald as well. There we go. And there we are. It is another son! Oh dear! Oh, I did not expect that. And he is not in the best of health right from the start. Valentin does not seem to be a name from our family. Richard? Yeah, that makes sense. Let's call him Richard. A fifth son. Did not expect that at all. But there we go. Yeah, now she reached her end of childbearing. All right. Well, I guess she's more than done her duty. There we go. Victory. What's happening up there, by the way? Is that oh, that's him. That's the man. You can apprehend him. He comes down here. Yeah. He learned Armenian. Good for him. He's already at 4 out of 4, so I guess I'll leave it at that. How about him? It's 3 out of 3. Okay. We will get him. I guess we could do the things. Oop. He is no longer Seneschal because he is now the Count of Lech. Alright, okay. His mother dies. That was our younger half-sister, Sibyl. Also need a new counselor, apparently. And, yeah, why not? Why not bring him? And we need a new Seneschal. Ingwald here, so yeah, he's been doing a great job. So, there you go. And the order has been restored in Palmyra. Very good. Very, very good. I guess we can have him somewhere else. You do see this. It's always an issue. Control is an issue around here. That's fair to say. How about in the old country? Ooh, down here. It's also very bad. Well, in theory, that should be... well, the local rulers should be responsible for upholding that, so there you go. He's just waiting. He's letting us have the fight here. Yeah, that should be easy. And there we go, finally. Finally. There we are. Can enforce the demands. There we go. And there we have it. And I guess now we can have him, well, yeah. Always has this kind of lag where it's like, okay, for one day the control is still high and then it goes down. Yeah, he's at in our prison now. So that's something to look out for. Can join the second Dubrovnikan expansion on the county of Benevento. Who is waging that war then? Strategos Justinos. Okay. He's actually... Jesus Christ, okay. Well, they're already... Yeah, like I said, like his interest was never in southern Italy. And it would be quite the endeavor, I guess, to do something about that now. At the same time, I think it would be a great sting for him to know that, well, he's losing what his father has built. And then he has fought the Byzantines quite a lot when he was younger. Led armies against them when he was still in his teens. So I guess maybe we should do that. Maybe we should. Oh. It might already be too late for that, actually. No, we are not. All right, so we're doing this. Well, the question is, what can we actually do? Oh, there we go. I've seen Bohemond and my wife spending a great deal of time together as of late. Oh, that's never a good sign. This is not a bad thing, surely, is it? What parent would begrudge his son spending more time with his mother? Yet it seems like the two of them are thick as thieves. My wife has the lad wrapped around her finger, and thus her influence runs deep. Oh. I can only hope this means good things. Oh, and he becomes callous. Okay. Well, I guess that's better than the other options, right? Being shy. Oh no! What? Consumption? What are we doing here? The charred carcass of a cat prompted me to dig in? What? What are you doing, Giselle? She had me eat a... excellent work, surely. But this is not very good at all. Ugh. What happens here? How? How did he get consumption? Is it, No, okay, it's not a local plague thing. I guess he just caught that on the road. But that is obviously, not good at all. Not good at all. And he will surely die of that. Intimidate King Bohemond scheme. Okay. Alright. And I guess at that point he would disband the army. He would not continue. That is obviously something that is a deal breaker. He is now very, very infirm. Look at the situation again. Palmyra, Alexandretta, Aleppo, Antioch, yeah. Not ideal at all, given the fact that we would want him, obviously, to have reasonable lands to be able to afford. But I guess what we could do is well, when it comes to him. Oh, the scheme has... All right, okay, yeah, we tried to tried to convert him back. That did not work. I guess the sun could try to revoke these, I guess. Yeah, there we go. I can feel it in my very bones. Death will come for me soon. Yeah. He will die within the year. Of course he will. Is there anything at this point that he could do? That still needs to be done while he's here. Oh, there we go. She has her first child with Bertrand. That is a daughter. Good for them. Oh yeah, okay, so he's defending. Right, okay, yeah. That makes sense. Oh, he's doing well though. Reasonably. Nah, he will lose this. Ah, Gaston here has entered that war as well. Interesting. At this point, I'm just waiting for the inevitable, I think. He is 13 now. Yeah, he was being prepared for that, but I guess there's only so much preparation that you can get. I mean, he does have the best traits, right? Ambitious and brave. He's also like now he's really this very ruthless person. Arbitrary and callous. He would definitely walk over corpses to get where he wants to be. Ah, okay, yeah, so that ended in a defeat now. Jesus Christ, okay. Oh, I can actually. No. Why would it tell me? Why would it be green when I can't? Huh. So those armies standing around here all the time. I'm not really sure what they're doing there. The Yelu have fled their homeland of Manchuria after the Chinese Jin dynasty has begun conquering the region. Lao Dezhong is an 8th generation descendant of Emperor Taizu of Lao. Will that help him to build a new empire in Central Asia? We will never know. Or we will, I guess. Now the hook has expired. And the thing is, right, so he has taken other wives, and that's really like his wet nurse, for crying out loud, and a lowborn woman. And the more egregious fact is that his firstborn son here is with his damned wet nurse. I mean, Alamir, Jesus Christ, what have you done? Get a hold of yourself, mate. His wet nurse. Inconceivable. Oh. Steal from Bohemond? Hello? They have another daughter now. Okay. Oh, okay. Why does my back hurt so much? I merely stumbled as I rose from bed, a minor misstep. No bruise, no wound, but a pain radiating throughout my spine. Surely it will pass. No, it's not going to pass. I'm very sorry, Bohemond. I think for the past year or so, for the past 2 or 3 years, he is just only his mind is there still. That's making him keep going, but his body is failing. His once so massive frame, he towered over everyone else. Able to best anyone in battle. Now, as he's approaching 70, actually, just a mere shadow of his former self. My Archbishop Amaury has received a significant donation of gold from the estate of a wealthy but childless landholder, now deceased. He claims the departed lived a very frugal and pious life and wished for the gold to go where it could do good. Archbishop Amaury insists that I receive part of the donation as I am a paragon of Catholicism in Syria. Obviously, that's very right. Give it all. There you go. Give it to the poor in my name. I mean, the thing is, like I talked about this endlessly before. So as he is, obviously, he knows that he's going to die. And that would be a concern of his, that all his sins are catching up with him once he's dead. And that he would not be able to go to heaven. So maybe at this point, that would actually be the option here. Give it to the poor. That even made him a paragon of virtue. There we go. So, might even consider. I cannot do that when I'm ill for whatever reason. That makes no sense at all. But that would have been something else, right? Building like a monastery where the monks could pray in his favor. Well, I guess when we hold the funeral, that could also emulate that. Demand a prisoner. No. Well, at least he was acknowledged, right? He was acknowledged that he was this very important figure. Oh, no. Yeah, come on. Give me back my stash of weed. Yeah, I think at this point, can we actually do some more? No? Again, that makes no sense at all. I have a contagious and deadly disease. Therefore, I cannot have my hashish cakes. What is that? Game. Don't understand that. There's no rhyme or reason to that at all. Especially in his condition, he would be looking for any kind of relief. There we go. King Bohemond I of Syria rests in the arms of the Lord at 69 years of age. Known in his life as the Griffin, he died of old age. A zealous man, he fought for the glory of God against the infidels in one of the greatest holy wars of recent history. King Bohemond ascends the throne. Merely 14 years old, he will need to rely on his regent Fulk during his first years of rule. Yep. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so Robert is going to inherit Taranto, and he is now part of the kingdom. Okay. Tancred inherits Syria as a duchy. Aleppo. No. He is Prince Tancred of Syria. He inherits Aleppo. Then we have the youngest ones, Baldwin here in Alexandretta and Richard in Palmyra. Right. And of course, there you do see, we now have a big problem. Money-wise. We do have some problems, in fact. Well, first of all, like, we do not make much money out of this one here, I guess. Because the control is also very bad. First of all, we need new people around us. And we could have him. Oh, he really hates us. Why? Opinion of predecessor. Why did you hate... Oh, come on, he wasn't that bad. Then we have Ida of Edessa. Yeah. Not really useful in that position. Bit more in that position here, I guess. We need a new steward. That could be Ingwald. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess that would be that for now. Let me just check. We have actually inherited the same, or mostly the same, areas here. Only Kabul again. They are not under the umbrella here. As is William. He's not part of us. There's Syria. Okay, those parts are still with us. Sicily here. They are now free again. Edessa is still part. That's good, I think. Yeah, and there we go. I think he would try to do something, right? Like revoking the title here. Not accepted. Thing is, yeah, that will not be good. Revoking now, it is of course possible, but then, I mean, actually we can't have that many holdings anyway. What's that? Alright, okay, he does have... Oh yeah, okay, we cannot wear the crown, obviously. Now we have all these things from Dad. Oh, interestingly. How is he... Oh, I guess there's some kind of mix-up here. The game did a whoopsie. Because Fulk, he was the regent. He was the regent, but he's not there anymore. Now he's a guest somewhere else. I guess, okay, he's just there. I guess since that's some kind of hiccup, you know what? I think I will bring him to court. I think that makes most sense. Doesn't make any sense for him to be somewhere else if he is indeed supposed to be. There we go. And I guess we can bring his kids too in that case. There we go. And I guess his wife as well. So, he is the regent. He is regent. That's fine then. We do have a dangerous faction here, and that is the Liberty faction. Okay. Well, doesn't look that dangerous to me, actually. Although it does say that can send an ultimatum in 8 months. Alright, okay, yeah, it's still going. We are not betrothed. That is true. Station a men-at-arms regiment. I guess we should. Yeah. So there we go. Is there actually... Can we take a look and see if there is someone that would be interesting? Doesn't seem like it. It's something I also don't like to rush. Like, there's plenty of alternatives in the family still. And, yeah. You shouldn't marry too early. What joy it is to be a son of such an exemplary servant of God. The ardor I feel in my heart when I hear everybody refer to him as paragon of virtue, King Bohemond. His virtue is revered by priests and pious Catholics alike. I wonder, will I humbly stay in my father's shadow, or will I achieve and surpass such piety in my own life? The good grace of God be as visible in me as it is in him. Aw, one day I will be like you, Daddy. Can we actually host a coronation or a funeral? I guess we can do both. Now, how would he go about this? I mean, obviously, the sooner he is recognized as king, the better. That being said, holding that funeral here could give him the chance to make himself known. Where would we go then? Would we still go to the old country for that? I mean, now that this is all Catholic here, right? It does make sense. In Bagras, or we can just do it in Antioch. Like, what are the pluses here for, actually? Like, what makes it better here? With a high score, give out increased piety, stress loss, and legitimacy. I see. I guess it does make sense to have him buried in a proper church. Jabala. That makes sense as well. Yeah. I guess we go down here, because that's also part, I think, of the county, right? So, we will bury him. 175. Ay, okay. Not coming. Energy. What? Ah. Well, at least some people from the old country are coming. That's, ugh. Okay. Well, let's do it, I guess. Let's do it. By the way, did I... Yes, I did do that. I have to wait 5 months for that, okay. By the way, turn that off. Boop. Fell from the window of his bedchamber to his death. Okay. And that was a vassal, apparently. Okay. Alright. Well, I guess. One thing after the other. Not endorsed by the Archbishop. Jesus Christ. A lot of things happening, apparently. Alright, okay, yeah. So he has established this little realm over here. He's still there. So he's now at the funeral. Interesting. And when it comes to the question of, like, where should we marry? That's an interesting one. Stories have spread across the region about a great holy man living in Nineveh. That is not that far away. Oh, there we go. Sheikh Adi, though he was a devout Sufi mystic who preferred to keep to himself, his steadfast asceticism, endless wisdom, and purported miracles earned him a large following. Sheikh Adi recently passed away, but even this is not enough to deter his followers, who include not only pious Muslim locals, but also those who practice the ancient beliefs long held by the peoples of northwest Iran. To detractors, his followers worship him excessively, but locals claim he does deserve veneration as a truly great man, and perhaps one who is more than meets the eye. Either way, it appears Sheikh Adi's teachings are blending together with the local spiritual practices and ideas in this region. It remains to be seen how influential his memory will remain in the long run. Okay, interesting. Does that change anything here when it comes to the faiths? I'm not really sure. But as you can see, right, how fractured this whole area is when it comes to not only the political landscape, but also the religious landscape. What's that? Nothing. Okay. He is still heir to the Duchy of Apulia. Mm-hmm. That's him. Although he does have a spouse. Oh, and there we go. Before me, a feasting table stacked high with all manner of food and drink, as if King Bohemond of Syria were trying to offer a final act of magnanimity before parting. It's always the same text, right? So how do we deal with all this? I don't think he would go on saying that he would be greater than his father. Oh, right, that is, by the way, King Gaston. Has so far refused to lay a finger on his banquet, however, swilling his goblet around in idle solace. Okay. So he is waiting, right, for some kind of message. Like, he is looking for kind of like, who is this new Bohemond? Who is the younger one? And the quiet prayer, I don't think that is something that he would do. No, I guess that would be the best one then, right? Toasting in the name of his father. Oh, we get some money for prisoners. That's always nice. Hunched beside me, bereft of the pretense of propriety, the inconsolable Simon gazes out into the nothingness before him. Not a tear falls from his eyes, not a word passes his mouth, until he turns to me. God can be cruel indeed. Why does the wind still yet blow? Why does the sea continue its push to the shore? Why does my body ache for food and thirst for water? Revelation is upon us. My cousin is dead. Yeah, I mean, for all of the dynasty here, like, Bohemond really was this kind of beacon that was still shining that light that his father Giscard began, right? So I guess for him it's like, okay, where is this guiding light? Where is the security now that was promised by him? Yeah, I think none of these make much sense when it comes to Bohemond himself. Although I guess that would be more like it, right? We must not allow grief to overwhelm us. Like, he probably wants to portray this kind of like, I am being strong, right? And you should be too. Even if he's crying here. He was also crying at court when we saw him. All eyes fall upon Count Roger of Suchna as he falls to the ground in lamentation, hands coating his reddened eyes from view. Yeah, he's doing that thing where he is definitely showing people that he is performing. He's doing his thing. Although we do see that he is, I guess, a fervorful person. Count Roger's sorrowful gasps and chokes have left his hollow mourners breathless, and many offer him comfort and reverence as if it were him who was to be committed to the hereafter. Yeah. No, I don't think he can have that. And I guess, even though he will likely lose this, he will try to get the attention. And he did! Oh, that was good for him. That was indeed good. I go, I'm currently losing. Yeah, because of, obviously, because of the not held coronation. I and the other mourners take a reprieve from our grief to enjoy a great bounty of food. Count Roger of Suchna, there he is again, usually the lifeblood of any feast, now sits across from me, misty-eyed with an untouched cup at his side. Yeah, that is, I guess, what we would do. Again, emulating what the father would have done. He was known as this reveler. So yeah, I think that's what we're doing, even if it's costly. Oh, I find Oshi today looking wistful and contemplative, gazing at the people below us. I approach and rest my hand on his slumped shoulder and ask what weighs so heavy on his mind. He calls him uncle. My father's an historian and I Catholic. How can I call myself his son when our beliefs are so at odds? Can't help but wonder, who am I, Sabir or de Hauteville? It's I guess that's a bit weird, right? He's 15, he's 14, and he's calling me uncle. Yeah. No, I think he wouldn't be going in that direction necessarily. No, he is not trying to see him in that. Why is she wearing that? Ingegerd has given me a seat in the discreet meetings of House d'Hauteville. She wants me to demonstrate the guile of House d'Hauteville and uphold our family values. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, wow, okay. A gift of guile. Intrigue lifestyle perk, and we gain some renown. And look at her. Look at her doing her thing. Yeah, okay, apparently she's gotten back to her wardrobe and gotten the old bear skin out. And it's wearing that. I guess people do weird things when they're mourning, so I guess we'll just let her do her thing. So, where is that then? Ah! I'm too young to have them, but I should have it once he's old enough. That should be there. The mourners move through the hall weeping in a kind of macabre dance, all for King Bohemond of Syria, the unsettling silence of a people holding back when they so desperately wish to do. Silent screams never part their lips, hard-fought battles against tears being lost, so ashamed of their own grief. I rise to my feet and allow myself to get lost in the dance with my fellow mourners. Yeah. He remains strong. Almost over here. Who was here, by the way? Gaston was here. That is great. That is actually good. Simon and then Raymond Roger. Yeah, not many people from our own realm. That would tell us something. The sorrowful line marches on, the line to have at last moment with Bohemond, a last whisper, a last long goodbye, a last nothing at the last place anyone will see him again. Truly a privilege it is to be here. Yeah. Well, I guess he would try to do this, even if he is not good at it, but it is his ambition, right? There we go. And he is able to pull it off. Ah, he is able to pull it off. Now, people who have been here indeed see him as his, father's successor. Now the time has come to commit Bohemond's final rites before his final journey into the hereafter. Yeah, it was a beautiful occasion. It was also a great occasion for the new Bohemond to show what kind of man he is and is about to become. Oh, they're asking me? Okay. Ah, right, okay, because he is at my court. Why is she... Yeah, You should... Well, I need to pay you money. Your husband is here. You should be coming to my court. Anyway. Mabel, that's fine. Okay, so let's return. That went well. There we go. Now the problem that, obviously, is that we don't have money. And we are not getting money. So that's quite a problem. I can ransom that dude. Is he making money? Not that much. I guess we can ransom him. Is there anyone else in our prison that can give us a few... Oh, there we go. 5 gold. You can leave as well then. Not you, not you. Because the question is, okay, so how much does that cost? I'm not doing it now. I'll just wait for everyone else to get back home. 93 if we want to have it halfway decent. Okay. The thing is, obviously, we do have all these... that scroll here, for example. Yeah, I guess we keep that one. I could sell one of the brooches, right? And he does not have that same sentimental approach to this. And I think of these here, that one still holds the most sentimental value, I guess. Like, that was something... I was actually waiting for this prompt where I could leave something with Bohemond in his grave, and I would have picked, if it gave me the options, I would have picked one of these. But they didn't, so... And I mean, obviously, that one here would give me... 158 is not that much too, is it? Getting the materials from that one here, from the marriage prayer brooch, maybe in that case. Because we would need to repair it anyway at some point. Alright. Yes, let's do that. He does not have the same sentimental approach to that. Let's rearrange our... Yeah, let's take all these scrolls here. Take all the scrolls that we can get. And that should be enough then. Now let's wait for them to return home, especially him, because we want him to be at the coronation as well. There we go, 125. Of course, at some point we need to ask ourselves, like, what do we do? I guess what we could do is going back. I'll be going back to level 5 then. I don't think we need it that desperately. Yeah. So we're at least down to minus 1.2. I guess it will be easier when he comes of age. Oh, my spy master is unreliable. Why does he hate me so much? Jesus Christ, man. Done nothing to you. And you should have liked my father because he gave you all this land. It's, Guess I will wait for that and then I try to sway him. Oh yes, requesting prisoners. Yes, you can have her, please. So he's back. So I'm guessing the others are as well. Yeah, we shouldn't wait for this. Do this in Antiochia. That's where the father was also crowned. What do we do here? We impress attendees, we embrace supporters, we weaken detractors, or we exalt the crown. I think he would impress attendees. I think that's yeah, I think that would be his main goal. Yeah, you would not come, of course. Oh, he's not coming either. Because he's shy. Jesus Christ. And I guess that does nothing here. Well, okay. Okay. I guess. Damaged by a faction opposing you. Alright. Her. Okay. There he is. I mean, he's growing tall, as you can see, right? He's just 15, but he's already quite the tall guy. I think sadly did not inherit like the robust trait like his sisters have. His brother didn't either. There we go. Guests have come from near, from far. Out of loyalty or curiosity, the crowd swells with faces marked by expectation, calculation, and in some cases, the faintest warmth. I raise my voice just enough to settle the attendees and welcome them to my coronation. There we go. We have detractors, and that's just about everyone here. So that's not good. Before the coronation can proceed, I must decide who shall preside over the sacred rites. And of course, that is him. Now we don't even need to sway him that desperately anymore. My vassal, Murad, a fervent Ashari, approaches with slow reverence. Allah calls for peace beyond borders and beliefs, he says. May I offer you a blessing from Allah during your coronation? From the crowd, Raymond, a vocal skeptic of my rule, narrows his eyes in clear disapproval. Interesting. Oh, I guess there's not even much I can do about this. I can politely decline or evade the question. Oh, okay. I guess in that case I will evade the question. I hear a distinct unfolding of a long scroll. My lord, Amuri, my archbishop says, bowing slightly, I found this among the old Assyrian records. It speaks of a vow sworn by Queen Zenobia, granting rulers to come rights and privileges that time has forgotten. Yeah, okay, there's that thing where that can do because I don't have diplomacy of 10. Wow, great. The past remained buried, I guess. Oh, what happened here? She was killed? Damn it. Ah, siege, okay. King Bohemond. Countess Ida approaches me with open arms. A subtle smirk on her face makes me doubt her honest intentions. Alone, above all the rest, she says darkly, the king, in her perfect solitude, is spared the foul language of discord, but I feel I must assure the great king that his gathering is rife with such disloyal talk. What is that? Alone on all the rest, you know. Spared the foul language of discord. I feel I must assure the great king that this gathering is rife with such... Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't think he's someone who ever lets anyone intimidate him, for better or worse. Like, he's not taking any shit. Sorry for the swearing. Like, he's not taking anything from anybody, really. So, I guess that would be his response. Not going great for him, I think. But that is the appropriate response. Young Bohemond. I notice Rais Murad casting furtive glances in my direction. He folds his hands and finally approaches me. With a respectful bow, he starts... Dearest King, we Mashrikis wish to support you now and in the days to come. The crown will soon rest on your head, but will our customs rest in your heart? Oh, that will gain us some cultural acceptance, right? I mean, at least that is, like, even though apparently he hates us, well, we wouldn't necessarily know about that, but at least he's somewhat respectful, right? He at least... the coronation calls for different focus. I mean, whenever I don't know, I just roll the dice, so there we go. I guess I just do that. 1 to 3 is the first option, 4 to 6 the last one. It's a 6. So we kind of, again, defer the question here, and then we care about our coronation a bit more. Giselle, my courtier, gestures towards me. What a dedicated audience, she exclaims. If you permit me, I shall ask one of my scribes to record the reaction of our guests. The cheers, the gasps, even the tears. Let none forget how your coronation moved us all. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Alright. Guess nothing came of it, but I'm just looking, by the way. Yeah, we don't need to do these things here. What else don't we need? Yeah, that's doing nothing. Okay. I guess it can stay like that. God, everyone hates us now. By the way, no, he should not be in that position if he hates us that much. Definitely not. How about we put Mummy in that position? There we go. Get on the Spy Master clothes, Mum. You are the Spy Master now. There we go. Yep, that's, I think... And she's Marshal, right? No, she shouldn't be Marshal, really. If she is, right? That's in a very important position here. And she could be in a position where she's able to turn our military against us. So no, we cannot have that at all. In that case, he will just pick one of our most suitable courtiers. Sebastiano here, who is like... I guess what we could do is grant him a noble title. To go with it. So there we go. Should we let him stay in that position for the time being, or do we also throw him out? I guess he would. You know, he is arbitrary. He doesn't care about what they think is right, or what anyone else would think is right. There we go. He only wants people around him that are actually willing to work for him and serve his ideas. So there we go. As servants adjust decorations and squires rehearse their cues, Amaury, my archbishop, finds me amid the preparations. The realm will be listening closely, he says with a knowing smile. Let the choir sing a hymn that moves hearts and wins over your foolish naysayers. It is a pleasing thought, the hall filled with sound and every voice a part of my performance. Yeah. Yes. We will issue a warning. All of them, they hate us now. Moments before the coronation, I reach for my crown, and it is gone! What? Panic grips me as I spot my rival and vassal Countess of Edessa standing in a corner, her gaze wandering through the empty stand, that rattling half-smile daring me to accuse her. Beside me, my courtier Julie springs forward, noticing the alarming situation. There is no time for doubt. I must act. What? And now we're beating her up for it. Well, yeah. Oh, immediately lost it. I mean, can I? No, I cannot challenge her to fight because I'm not 16 yet. But I will. Once I'm there, I will. All preparations are complete. The great ceremony assembly now awaits Antioch's high church. Through cheers and exaltation, my procession passes the city's thronging crowd. My finest knights right before me, my royal household behind. Peasants teem forth for a glimpse of the soon-to-be king. Atop their parents' shoulders, amidst the multitude, Greek children grin. Yeah, still popular here in Antioch. Past the castle gates, my royal procession wends its way to a holy altar and waiting officiants. The nobility part for the coming forth of the clergy, their voices raised as one in sacred prayer. Now the right of the bishop's petition. I am an uncertain figure to these clerics, and they deliver their customary request with true interest. Will you safeguard the faithful as their king? Will you preserve the rights and privileges of God's clergy? Yes, I will. The vassals of Syria come forth to give their allegiance, one after another raising open-palmed hands, one after another bending to give kisses of fealty. But my vassals neglect the gestures of respect. Someone hisses, "Bohemond, merde!" and disturbs the proper words. Count Raymond glares poison into my eyes during his oath-giving. Count Roger dares to bear a weapon in my presence and hardly whispers. Yeah? I can actually duel him. Even though I am technically still a child. That's interesting. The duel is to the death. Oh no. Well, like I said, I think there's no way for me to not do this. I mean, well, this could go. This could be very short here. For a few brief moments, Count Roger and I pace in lazy half-circles, each watching for an opening. I heft my sword, ready to defend myself, while he clutches his sword firmly two-hand. Only one of us is walking away from here today, and I intend it to be me. The sudden twitch about begins. Roger stays stock still, seemingly hoping I'll just throw down my sword. No, of course not. Yeah, I guess I'll just attack him. There we go. Putting all my strength into my first strike, I leap straight for Roger, hefting my sword high into a powerful cleave that sends him reeling. Roger's retort is carefully calculated, waiting for precisely the right point to reply with several quick slashes of his sword. My form is good, with only small errors, and Roger's stance is failing. I have my opponent on the back foot, but still need to consolidate my victory. Yeah, in that case, we will strike, parry, and riposte. I leap into action, launching a flurry of quick slashes, driving myself hard against Roger's guard, wearing him down with each expertly timed strike. Roger stays stock still, seemingly hoping I'll just throw down my sword. My form is good, with only small errors, and his stance is a disaster. There you go, a confident attack. I guess that is what we need now. And there we are. Confidence is half of any fight, and I throw out fluidly quick slashes with all the confidence of the seasoned expert. I guess. When I judge the time to be right, I switch up my pattern with a surprise side swipe that takes Roger right in the belly. The strike hurls my foe backwards, something red and vital looking sliding limply out of the new hole as he topples to the ground. I approach with some caution, but it soon becomes clear that shock is setting in. Taking a moment to kick away his sword just in case, I prepare to put Roger out of his misery. And now, big thing obviously is, he was a Duel. Goodbye. Now, what happens? He's killed. The brothers like it, apparently. We gain Novice Duelist as a modifier. Great. So, coming back to this one here. Do we now gain the... Yes, he is a dynastic kinslayer. Oh no. Is it really murder though? I don't think it is murder. Murder is something backhanded. This was very much, from the front. The senior figures among Antioch's peasants, and that was right before his coronation, by the way. It's like, oh yeah, okay, let them come in now. I guess everyone else who's coming in here now is like, yeah, we love you. You're the best. Yeah, givers of the commons assent. Of my great power and authority, the bishop warns these stooped elders and asks if they will accept me as rightful king. As they voice the customary words, another sound meets my ears. Beyond the church, the waiting crowds are singing Kyrie eleison on my behalf. In one great roiling voice, hundreds of souls offer prayer for mine. There we go. They have got the message. Soon everyone else will. So there we go. The final sacred moment draws near. First, I must be ordained by holy oil, charged as a leader of God's faithful, as one above the common flock. Amaury, the shepherd of Syria, marks me with the pungent golden oil. On my outstretched hands, my head, my breast, my shoulders, and the bends of my arms, this anointment given unto prophets, priests, and monarchs. My skin shines with the very approval of God. Yes. Yeah, I never take that option here because, like, why would he personally do this? No. Forth come the royal symbols, the glittering sword is girded to my hip, the scepter of sovereign authority taken up in my hand, and he takes all the different types of regalia and the crown. And I guess I can wear it now, can I? Yep. Not in the picture, though. Oh, there we go. The assembly watch me, some with hope, some with doubt, all waiting for me to speak of my reign and swear to the future. I can hear the questions they do not speak. Will I be just? Will I be fair? Will I measure up to my father? I do not stand here as king to echo their expectations. I have come to choose my own path and a way forward for the kingdom. Whatever Syria becomes, whatever I become, begins with this very moment. Yeah. Okay, that would mean waging war against my brothers. No, I do not want that. I don't think he's looking to expand, honestly. I need to have 7 legitimate children. Okay. Within 30 years. I guess that's doable. Greatest hunter. I mean, it does sound nice, but there's that kind of, like, is there really a connection to this? Secure alliances. I guess that's going to be hard. Or I guess we could achieve that by having alliances with our brothers. And that would, in 20 years' time, we would need to have 27, so 21. Well, I guess we could go for him. But it's also just 1, 2, 3, 4. Whom else would we go against then, right? Does it really make sense to go against them? Or even Jerusalem? No, probably not Jerusalem. I would actually like to have an alliance with him, by the way. Oh, I guess we can get there. And it's his alliances that are the problem. Damn him. The beautiful. The monk on the throne. Jesus Christ. Mesopotamia. It's difficult. It's difficult. I mean, of course, he is ambitious. So he's not going to say, well. Well, just, yeah. Let's talk claimants. 3 claimant wars. Do I need that? Probably not. Shaping the realm. I mean, when we talk about, like, who is he as a person, he is not that much of a warmonger, is he? He is actually trained to become a steward. Maybe he is into architecture and building and that kind of stuff. Right, so maybe we do pick that one here, even though that will be very difficult because we don't have any bloody money. So there we go. But at the same time, we need this in order to... I guess he will not be able to do that in 20 years' time with making no money. Where do we get the money from? We do have to wage wars, I guess. We have to plunder elsewhere. And then build. But I think that would be his ambition. To shape Antiochia in his name. Right? And yeah, I think that's what he wants to do. That sounds like something he would want to do. I guess he's not looking to, like, can I actually do this? No, it's his ambition. He wants to do this. So, yeah, I'll pick that one here. The ceremony is complete. Each and every royal honor has been bestowed upon me. I rise once more, not to promise and command, but to offer sumptuous pleasures. There we go. Everyone else like, ugh. A flourish ends Deacon's first impassioned recital. Eyes are dried, tables thumped. Another tale, offers he. Shall I sing of how the great knight Yamshid led comrades through great peril of Basile, striking forth unstoppable? These warfarers rivaled those of old. Doubtlessly, as the feast's performers ramble on to other courts, my favourite tale will be retold many times over. It's great, actually, because now one of them will gain glory. It's Knight of Song, okay. I think we go with Basile here. There we go. The defender of St. George. As I stumble outside in search of a place to relieve myself, I hear shouting around the corner. As I turn it, I see my wet nurse, Alia, sneer as she sinks her blade into the face of the cowering Wilhelmina. Whatever sound I made must have been enough, for Alia turns towards me, surprise on her face. Oh. Yes. I guess I didn't expect that. My silence has a price. Yeah, I guess. Extorting her. Makes sense. Can we also... Okay, I thought we have a secret now. I guess that's already the extortion part. The pleading gaze I receive from my Karen master Brandolf is taking on a desperate tone. A group of guests are approaching the corner he has hidden all evening, and the walls are hindering his escape. The poor man has never been good with people. Are we actually, like, pensive? Alright, okay, so now, if he was rowdy, I guess I would have taken that one here. But no, in that case I will just help him. I am a proper king now. My coronation proved worthy of my rank. A fine spectacle for the guests, many of whom still linger in hopes of a few final royal words. From the beginning till the end, I spared no effort to impress all of my attendees, friend and foe alike, but my fair-handed presence, my utter focus on the success of this great gathering, what was it all for? Yeah, I guess it was all for the legitimacy and prestige, yeah. And there we are. It was obviously not the best coronation. Some people died. But I think people have now learned who Bohemond II really is. He's not a true ruler. That's good. And I think, yeah, one of his focuses will be to go against his enemies. He does have enemies now, of course. Oh, at this point, it doesn't even show rivals. You only have bullies and victims. Because he's a child, technically. They're all going against a child. Isn't that... That's unfair. Oh, he can be improved. Good stuff. There you go, mate. Yeah, so we do need money in order to build things. Will that be the point where I try to get rid of the brooch? Can we actually sell that, maybe? To Lord Thomas of the Milisanos family. 191 gold. It's not too bad, is it? Magnificent Brute. Because, like, you know, it's not doing much for me anyway. A gift from Queen Ingerd on the eve of, well, I guess, the father's coronation. No, I think his own, like, callous and arbitrary nature, and so he does not care much for where the money is coming from for his own ambitions, right? So he would sell things left and right in order to be able to build. And build we should. And I think I don't like the fact that we have hide tents around here. That's not something that we should have. Yeah, I guess we'll just invest in something more sustainable at that point. There we go. I hope replacing counts as building. I will see. Not betrothed, I know. Can't do that because I'm a child. Again, the question would be, in which direction would we actually look? What's that? Word is spreading about a holy man who is known as Sultan Sahak, who is mainly based in the area around Kermanshah. Where's that? Oh, that's back there in Iran. Okay. Schools, I guess. That is not really a concern to us. Seventh of April. It would be nice if she taught me a bit more, but apparently she did not do that. Oh, it's fine. I think we're good in intrigue. Stewardship is going to be boosted once we get the education trait. Apulia and Lanciano. Okay, that's something that we will probably inherit. Alright, by the way, what can we do against these people? I guess at that point I cannot do that much because I am still technically a child. But once I am not, I will come for them. Yeah, I guess we should go against him, right? Oh, there we go. With the help of Ingwald... Oh yes, he's Midas touched. I've achieved an understanding of stewardship that far exceeds that of any of my peers. Even though I had a natural inclination towards the subject, my mastery of it is still an achievement. As I take my first steps into adulthood, I find myself reminiscing about some of the people who have made an impact on the man I have become. The friendship I shared with Constance meant a lot to me when we were both young, and to still have her by my side means a lot. Of some memorable times with Agnes, she truly helped me understand both myself and love. Okay. King Bohemond, you're a man now. Yes, he is a man. And it said Fortune Builder, but no, we are Midas touched, in fact. That is amazing. Alright, okay, so we do get to choose our focus. I guess wealth would be his focus in this moment in time. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And then, okay, when it comes to this part here, what kind of area would we choose? Dreadful does make sense. But I guess we could use obviously we were to like go further into this one here. There's some stuff that we can make use of. can reinforce relations with the Silk Road communities. I guess that's something that he would do. Middle Eastern, of course. Lands and seas of the so-called Silk Road have been a vibrant melting pot of different peoples for generations. In particular, I've decided to reinforce relations with the Middle Eastern communities in my realm. The merchant networks of Iranian, Arabian, and Jewish origin can be found across the Silk Road. By the way, can he actually... He speaks Arabic. Yeah. He speaks Arabic. Can be found across the Silk Road, wherever trade may flow. Anyone who seeks to encourage commerce and development will look for their aid. Good stuff. I gain that. Paradox receive gifts. Okay, yeah, all good, all good. Can also hold court. I can end my regency with folk. Do I? Yeah, why not? I will give him his honors. He's a loyal man. I would actually give him land again if I ever get to that. So maybe there will be some option for that pretty soon. Yeah. I take that away from her, really. I guess they all don't want that, and then... Huh? And regarding another matter? Okay. What matter, then? By the way, we're in plus now, so that's good. That is indeed good. And I guess now that we are fully grown, we can do some things. I can challenge her to a fight. She's actually not that bad, right? And it's weird, this thing where you would challenge a woman to a fight. I don't know, it doesn't sound right to me. But there are plenty of other things we could do. We could... I mean, of course, we could try to murder her. Would that actually do something for me, though? Because then just her brother here will inherit. And he might be a pain in the ass as well, so I don't know. He's also apostolic. But then again, she tried to steal the crown. I think... yeah. Yeah. Fabricate a hook on her as well. It's going to be very hard. I mean, we can try. Right? We can try and see if we get anywhere. The secrecy is not very good, but we... Yeah. That's going to be very hard. Finding someone who is helping us with that. He would do that for a hook. That is the mayor. Renaud of Duluk-Teluch. Where are we here, by the way? Minus 86. Because she has redoubled guards. Don't want to invest too heavily in something that's doomed from the start, I think. So, there we are. I think this is not going anywhere. Mother would help, of course. Of course she would. Nah. Don't think he would invest too heavily in something that is definitely not working out. But he could generally just try to tarnish her reputation. That sounds like something we could do, right? Although that again is... And I do not see, sadly, it does not tell me here if her countermeasures go against this too. And apparently it does. Minus 99. No. And now I... Yeah. I think that one here is just... Opinion, title, tier, intrigue. Yeah. How should we just do that then? Because there isn't anything else I can do, really. still, it doesn't sound right to me. So the role player and me, that does not sound right. So there we go. And some of these here, I think, are not schemes. That is a scheme as well. And again, like a redoubled guards, they just like counter everything. So you win, I guess. Or I could accuse her of violating sumptuary law. Okay. If she wins, your general attractiveness gives you an advantage in the debate. Okay, well, not really sure what that does, but I can try. Oh, wait, that one's still going now. What was that one now? Right, intimidating her, I guess. I guess we can do that. Can at least try. We must have stood debating the laws of proper grooming and appearance for hours, violently gesturing at each other back and forth, citing ancient laws that few at court seemed aware of us. As the smoke of spectacle cleared, I'm shocked to find that I am in fact in violation of the law. Damn it! I stand embarrassed as the Antioch castle guards and stylists strip me down to my undergarments and then continue stripping. Exposed to the court, I flee the scene. What? The castle guards. Jesus Christ. What are they thinking? Their own king. You know what? No, no. I will beat her up for this. That's but she's good. Now, okay, so, yeah, I guess that's all the same, right? That's always the same here, and since we're not going for death, I think I don't need to make it so dramatic. I will show her how I have the sword, I guess. Oh, no, I can do my, lightning assault. There we go. Taste silver, hag! Let me see. Putting all my strength to my first strike, I leap straight for Ida, hefting my sword high into a powerful cleave that sends her reeling. Is that the best you got? Attempt to disarm her. No risk of injury. I don't want to lose gold on this one here. 20 gold! It's like drowning her in gold. Attempt to disarm her, tire her. To tire herself out. Okay, I guess we can do that. I backpedal a bit. Better women than you have died trying to break my guard. Yeah, better women than you. I guess I show her how I have the sword, but that was not good. Oh no, I'm losing now. Damn it. No, I won! No foe breaks my guard, and my opponent today is no exception. I force her back time and again with a chain of perfect parries, only offering a devastating powerful cleave when she's utterly exhausted. As Ida hurtles backwards, I hurtle with her, bringing my sword's pommel down on her face. There are a few crunches, quite as viscerally satisfying as that. Stunned and sapped, my opponent collapses to the floor, losing her weapon and in the process. She's so tired that it takes a modest amount of studious kicking to get an official yield. There we go. Again, my brother's like that. I'm now an experienced duelist. And I hope she's wounded for a bit longer now. No! Damn it, she has a good doctor. I guess I can hold court. I will do that now. A thin, raggedy peasant stands before me, gawking at the opulence of my throne room. Obviously distracted, I call him to get his attention. Oh yeah, of course, when it comes to that, I know everything about crop sharing and how to do that. My king, I represent the religious community of Kafartab. Okay. Beaufort de Botreau. While rummaging through our modest archive, we have come across a peculiar book. The cover is dusty, the binding fragile, the pages yellowed by time, but it contains the most unusual drawings, and the script itself is unknown to us priests. We're certain it is unique in the world, a long-lost vault of knowledge, a true treasure. That's why we offer it to you. Yeah, I guess we'll take it then. What did it do now? Mysterious book. I spent prestige. That's not good. I don't have that much prestige. A middle-aged man stands before me with quiet dignity before bowing deeply. Greetings, your majesty. I am Abd al-Latif, your loyal servant. I come before you today to seek employment in your court. I'm an experienced fighter, having served the local lords and garrisons of Tripoli, my homeland. It would be my honor to put my talents to greater cause in the service of my king and all Syria. Yeah. No, I will not have him as champion master of the Hun or any of this, because he also doesn't like me that much. So, there we go. Right. By the way... Oh, he's my only rival for this at this point, okay. I thought he was my rival too. Oh, I guess, no, he was my rival and now he's dead. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, by the way, he's a sodomite. Can we have him excommunicated? No. Why not? Because the Pope doesn't like me, I guess. Ugh. Why? Such a likable person. Ah, it's hard to keeping all of these languages in my head. I keep forgetting which language I'm speaking. Just the other day, I accidentally introduced myself using a confusing mixture of Arabic and French words, and I did not even realize I had done so until it was pointed out to me. No. I think he's ambitious enough to say that he wants to be able to speak Arabic. I can negotiate alliances, by the way. They are all inside my realm, really. Prince Lucas of Jerusalem. Now, of course, I want to have the alliance with him. And so how do I get there? Oh, there we go. Minus 35. That's a lot. Opinion is 3. So he had plus 12, so it's only a quarter. So I can go to a maximum of 25 there. That will not help me. It's all his stupid alliances that he has. Like, is that at least with people that are... Oh, why does he have an alliance with my younger brother? I don't know what to make of this. Am I still trying to do that, by the way? Okay, so I guess I can do that. Oh, my... yeah, okay. Fragile bones, clouded eyes, and infirm. I guess it's time for him to leave his position. I guess. Let's have him in that position then, Narcissus. So let him train a little as well. By the way, I have like 34 courtiers. Are there any of them that would like to marry by chance? No, apparently there's no one here to marry. No, I don't want to marry her. Oh, I can arrange an introduction, by the way. Right. I guess they don't come with anything. But they are of a dynasty that at least was located here, right? Seleucia. Yeah, there we go. So if there were Armenians that were more powerful, then that would make sense. But no, not them. Yeah. There is no one really. I guess I will have to take a good look once the game is over, or once I stop playing, and then I will see next time. That being said, he can just take a while until he marries. Like he's in no rush to marry at this point. It wasn't actually that common for men to marry that early. Oh, then again, he asks me to marry my second cousin Arves de Hauteville. At this point, I think I would politely decline. Also because I don't like him. He went against me. Oh, he's also like, no one really likes him, right? Yeah. Although I guess I think he will try to gain his brother's trust. What do we have here? I find Aimo and Ingegerd whispering together, stifling cruel laughter. Ah, mummy. They turn to me, a shared malicious glee in their eyes. Your Grace, Aimo says with a wicked grin, we have conceived of a marvelous way to liven up the court. They suggest we host a feast of fools, where particularly pompous and unpopular courtiers tricked into believing they are the guest of honor. The entire evening would then be an elaborate performance of subtle mockery, backhanded compliments and accidents designed for our collective amusement. Well, I mean, he is not deceitful, right? He is callous, but that does not imply that he likes to see people suffer. He just simply, and I guess callous in that sense would also mean, like, when people suffer, he doesn't care about that either. So he's not taken away much pleasure from this. I don't even know why his mum would be so much into it. I guess she's just mean now that her husband is dead, and that's kind of her pastime. Like, he's deceitful. That makes sense for him. And he's also a widower. Okay, so I guess that's what people do when they are widowed. They let it out on other people. But no, I think even if that gives me critical stress, he's like, I don't have time for that, because that's a commitment. 42 gold in our treasury here, just for having your silly little feast where you can make someone else a fool. No, I'm not taking it. And there we go. Nothing I do satisfies me anymore. Despite all my efforts, I can find neither happiness nor peace of mind. It is as though something were missing. What could fill this gnawing hole in my soul? I don't think that makes sense. That's not how I portrayed him so far, I think of him. That could be it, actually. Yeah, why not? Or he just takes the stress, and then we'll see what happens. I think I'll roll for the last two. It's a 6, so we just take the stress and then we'll just see, I guess. Oh, there we are. A prisoner is requested. Taken. Take it, please. I was just about to... Are we still building? Yeah, okay, we are. What's that? Along with their strange goods, merchants bring tall tales from distant lands, unverifiable, full of wonder. A group of Siculo-Arabic paddlers purport to have brought Bodpa objects, what that's supposed to be, said to have come from the faraway court of a great ruler, Prabu Lanang II of Lingzang, no less. Constantia, the leading trader, grins darkly. This unique armor could be yours for a special prize, of course, great king. A likely yarn indeed. I look to Yamshid for guidance. I'm not familiar with Lingzang work, but this seems to be finely made, says he. I mean, 75 gold. If it's crap, I could still resell it. So there's a risk here. Ah, come on. I'll take it. Yep, it is actually worth more. Let me just see. That was, of course, father's armor with the knight effectiveness of plus 6%. Yeah, similar, right? But in that case, I might just be able to sell it to that guy here. And he... Okay, no, that's not what I want. Then I'll just take the raw materials. And see, we have made +3 gold. That's... How is that? Okay. Well, I guess it could have been worse. Right. Do we actually prepare for a conflict? The thing is, we could obviously declare war against him. Could let the hostage go and then take the whole duchy here. Now, the problem is, with the game rules I've set in the more interactive vassals mode, is that once I declare war, any of my own vassals that don't like me could join in on the war on the enemy's side. So, that being said, I look at them. They are all... There's nothing they can throw against me. Okay. Okay, so I might just do it then, right? I guess I can think about that, and then we'll do it next time, and then we'll see what King Bohemond II really is made of. So, until then, cheers. Bye-bye.